loud for myself. So, some of you are probably looking at my title saying, why is the shopping mall girl doing communications, right? Wait, before we do this, everybody stand up. Everybody stand up. I've been waiting weeks to do this. Turn to the person next to you and shake their hand and say, congratulations for being part of making history. Right? Thank you, I can sleep tonight now. So, you know, obviously, and for many of you who've been around for a while, you know that we've spent a considerable amount of time focusing on making sure that DubLi Network has the best product to go out and sell to people. And for several years, we have focused almost entirely on the auctions, the shopping mall, and of course, entertainment. And one of the important parts of a growing company, and one of the intangibles, for lack of a better word, is that once you start to grow like this, and like Michael said earlier, and people start to know who you are, you need to control your own brand. Because if you don't control your brand, other people are going to control it for you. So before I go into the brand, let me just tell you a little bit about my history, so you'll understand why my title has changed a little bit. I grew up in New York, as if I don't have that written across my forehead. And when I graduated from college as a communications major, I started working in New York at a firm, an investor relations firm. And this was, at the time, the biggest investor relations firm in the US that focused on small cap IPOs. So I've worked on some of the biggest and the best IPOs back in the early 90s. I then moved on and I got an MBA in finance. And at that same time, I moved to a different firm where I focused on investor relations, but primarily on crisis communications, mergers and acquisitions, strategic partnerships, and international investor relations. And I've worked on some of the most interesting hostile takeovers, some friendly mergers. I worked for presidents of countries, which you probably wouldn't know from my shopping mall days. And so my expertise is really in the investor relations field. When I moved to Florida about 5 years ago, I got a call from this lovely gentleman sitting right here in the front row in the first seat, who's known me since I was 15, and he said, I need you to meet someone. And I came and I met the previous management team. I was one of the original MediaNet Group employees. And thus my shopping mall career began. Shortly thereafter, this young Danish guy shows up with this whole new concept, and well, you know the rest is history with the merger and everything. And it's been an amazing ride, and I've had the benefit of watching and participating in and directing the growth of our shopping malls up until now. But however, given that we're growing and that we are an entrepreneurial company, what Michael has focused on, as he said, as he talked a little bit about earlier, is making sure that we put people where they're best going to be used. So we want to make sure that going forward we have the staff and the resources assigned to where they're really going to be most beneficial for the company. That being said, I will never leave the shopping malls. They will always be my babies. But going forward, I'm going to focus more on some of the communications and marketing, particularly as it relates to the financial world. In the meantime, though, while I've continued to focus on the shopping malls, I started my transition a few months ago. And we're doing some really neat things. And part of what we need to do now, and as many of you see online all the time, we have never been terribly aggressive about owning our own brands and managing our own brands. And that's just not okay anymore. So Michael has dedicated some resources and some budget towards making sure that we own our own brands. And of course, it's not just because I love our brands and I love our company and it's really fun for me, but really it's going to make your job a lot easier. So one of the things that we're going to talk a little bit about now is what is brand equity. And there have been, believe it or not, there are financial models that have been created on Wall Street and through many of the universities that actually quantify brand equity. It has been proven time and again that public companies who have a recognizable brand name perform better than those who don't. And brand equity really includes things like market share, consumers' perception of your brand, language associations. For example, this is my favorite one. When you see Just Do It, everybody in the world knows, right? Doesn't everybody know what Just Do It refers to? Okay. And you know, a lot of the visual elements, which clearly, if you can see, we're really good at that. A company that owns a well-known brand, it has been proven, generates more money from their products that use that brand. Brands are among the most valuable assets a company has, and it does actually increase the financial value of a company. I think I screwed up the thing I did. I never get this right. Some of the attributes of a brand is, you know, things like differentiation, satisfaction, perceived quality, leadership, popularity, things that most of you know from the brands that you see every day. And we don't want other people to control our brand. We want to manage and control our brand. And that's what we're doing now. So how do you create brand equity to deliver a return on your investment in your brand? Clearly through strategic investments, communications, and market education. We don't want people to decide what DubLi is. We're going to tell them what DubLi is, and we're going to make them live it. Things like advertising and packaging, public relations and promotion, of course reputation management, and very importantly, the relationship the customer has with the DubLi brand. Some of the things I just mentioned that are important. So when when you're talking to new people about DubLi, and of course you want to tell them about the great business opportunity and how much money they can save, you know, talk about it in terms of how you would speak of something of real quality and perceived value. It's not just a website. It's a way of life. So what are we doing? So of course, most of you know we've already undertaken the infomercials. We are doing reputation management online and offline, and I'm going to talk in a little more detail about some of these things. SEO, and making sure we mitigate any loss that we get from our online traffic. Regular public relations, media and consumer marketing, social media, of course, investor relations and corporate communications will be much more important, you know, particularly as we enter 2013, and then of course some pay-per-click. But I'm going to tell you a little bit about the results of the infomercial. So here's what we have planned for the fall. We have created 30 and 60-second regular commercials that are going to go on TV that we can use instead of having to expect or assume that people are going to sit and watch a 28-minute video. So we want... And these spots are fantastic. They're really great, but we want to make sure we capture the entire viewing audience. We want the people who are going to sit and watch an infomercial and really everything that we tell them in the deal, but we also want the people who we only get 30 seconds of their attention. So we're going to capture both. In total, during the fall, we have 921 new spots. 560 of those spots are 60-second spots on national cable. 115 of them are 30-second spots on national cable. Then we're going to do 150 new spots on national cable also, but it's going to be based on the best performing channels and times and things like that. And then we are also doing, which you'll see a little bit you will, some of the best performing markets that from the deal, we're also going to run the 30 and 60 second spots as well. So just to show you some of the success that we've had with the deal so far, these are the top 10 US markets. And if you look at our growth from when we ran the infomercial, you can see what kind of percentage that increase that we've gotten. And these are the top 10 biggest markets. And these are the local cities, and these are major cities. And these are the percentages that you're seeing are during and immediately following when the infomercial ran. This is the percentage increases on DubLi.com directly from that. Again, these are the top channels and the percentage increases. You can see most of them are national cable channels. They've been very, very successful for us. So one of the things that we're all aware of is some of the old negative things that are indexed on Google, not just in the US, but in Denmark and Germany as well, and all over the world. And we have undertaken an effort not only to address those from an SEO perspective, but also overall to manage our reputation, both online and offline. And what we're doing already, and actually I'll tell you this, like Michael said earlier, he is hiring the best of breed in everything that we do. So we just so happen to have two guys sitting in Seattle that worked for Microsoft, and one of them happened to have been one of the guys that programmed the whole search index algorithm for Bing. So he's the kind of guy that we want on our team. He's also the guy who's helping us with our SEO and our link building. So we really have the best and the brightest. Again, we want to own the DubLi name. You'll notice if you do a Google search now, the first ad that shows up there is a reputation management ad. We own it, and we're getting great conversions from these things. These are things, some of them are small and simple, some of them are big and challenging, but we're already seeing results. So just overall reputation management online and offline is going to be a focus for us going forward, because it's not okay for other people to manage us. We're going to manage them. So SEO. So we have spent the better part of the last 9 months with a variety of experts in a variety of areas, really studying how Google's search index works. And as many of you probably already know, Google's algorithm for indexing on search includes about 200 different features. And of course, some carry heavier weight than others, and so on and so forth. And we have really narrowed down, based on our experience and based on some studies and some experts that we're working with, on what we need to do to actually move those poor old results off the first page of Google. Going forward, our #1 focus in communications and marketing is to own the first page of Google in the US, in Germany, and Denmark. Yeah! And some of these things, of course, some of these things we have to do on our end. A lot of it is link building. It's making sure we have the right title tags and meta tags and descriptions, and we're bidding on the right keywords. And there's a lot of stuff that we're responsible for, but we need your help. So you've probably noticed, I hope you've noticed, that in the last couple months, both the DubLi Network Facebook page as well as the DubLi Shopping and Entertainment Facebook pages we're posting every day. And John, 2,800 on the network page, 2,400 people liking the network page. On the .com page, we have almost 25,000 people. And some of you are amazing, and some of you like our posts every single day. It's not enough. We need all of you to not only like both the network and the .com page, and the .com page is DubLi Shopping and Entertainment. You need to share the posts. You need to share the links. You need to comment. That's what carries the weight. It's not just clicking like. While we appreciate it and we're very grateful for all your support, we really need you to help us spread the message. We are putting things out there, both on network and on .com, that are appropriate to spread. They are the things we want the world to know about DubLi. Sometimes there's a little humor involved, sometimes it's very serious. John's been amazing at some of these inspirational quotes. I don't know where you get them, but you need to tell me. So we really need your help to to get the message out there. It's not just Facebook. Like us on Twitter. On Twitter, it's at DubLi Shopping is the .com page. Like us. I know who you are. And I know who comments. And I'm looking around now, I'm looking at all the vice presidents. And I'm thinking, okay, Thomas Schmitz has commented once. And Declan never. Dean never. Tom Ashlock once. Velox once. Okay, you have people on your team who are way outdoing you. Come on, you gotta be the leaders here. We need your help. So, and also LinkedIn. Right now, the corporate page on LinkedIn is still under the MediaNet Group name. It will be changed to DubLi Inc. within the next couple of weeks. Make sure you connect to us. I swear I will accept all of you. And then, of course, the regular bidding of the keywords, different variations of the DubLi name. Right now, just DubLi is our most successful keyword. We do okay with DubLi.com and we do okay with DubLi Network as well, but we're working on expanding that. So I just mentioned some of the social media efforts that we're making. Where you become very helpful to us is that, not only just for your network, but for your friends and your family and people who don't necessarily know us very well. Help us spread the message. That's what you guys do best anyway, as Michael was saying earlier. Use your expertise. You are better networkers than I am, that's for sure. So one of the other things that we did, and this is great, we've recently hired a PR firm, and on the next slide it's going to say that they were the winner of the 3-time Agency of the Year award in the US, but I actually got an email last night. It's now the 4th. The 4th year in a row they won the award again, which is amazing. And these are women who are based in Miami. They have consumer experience, they have e-commerce experience, they have corporate experience. They have everything that we want and need, and they are totally on board. But let me go back. So one of the things that we did when we started with them, the name of the firm is RBB Public Relations. One of the things that we first did with them is they did a SWOT analysis with the management team to see how we talk about ourselves and how we view ourselves. And is that message aligned with Michael's vision? And they came back to us with some of the words that really describe who we are. Remember these words, please use these words. Use these words when you're on social media. Use these words when you're just, when you're talking about DubLi. These are the words that describe who we are, and not just the greatest cashback site in the world, and not just price comparison, and not just the express auctions. We want to be perceived as a quality, world-renowned brand. So we need your help in doing that. Some of the other things that we've done since we hired RBB is we've done a competitive analysis versus our products versus some of the other ones out there, Amazon, eBay, of course Spotify and Pandora and some of the other entertainment music sites. We've done a media analysis. They went out and actually talked to the media about DubLi. And we've done a SWOT analysis and some other things to help get us started. And we've really defined how we're going to go out to the public with the DubLi brand. And these are our key messages for the next few months. Obviously, most of them you already know, but these are the things that we hope that you're going to start seeing in the media. The reason that the media is so important is because there's nothing like third-party credibility. As great as we all are, and as much as we love our company, it's a lot different when a reporter from the New York Times or USA Today says how great we are. The focus of the program, the goals for over the next 3 to 6 months are to really build a strong positive identity for DubLi as a rising star throughout the media and online. Of course, to use this as a vehicle to acquire new customers, and of course to position Michael as the industry expert and the innovator that he is. And just some things to think about that we're considering going forward. Do I have to explain what this is? It's a DubLi van that goes on the road with workstations in it, and we can go to shopping malls, we can go to major festivals, we can go to major events, the Super Bowl. We can take the van on the road wherever we want to go and sign people up there. In addition, what we're thinking about, and Michael might get mad at me for saying this, but we're thinking about creating multiple DubLi vans so you guys can use them in your local areas as well. One of the other things that we know, and I'm going to talk more about it in a minute, is that, the mommy blogs are where it's at in the US. The blogs, there's a whole bunch of different organizations that are moms that blog about their best shopping and savings and wellness and things like that. And they are making a tremendous impact online and offline. And so we're considering partnering with one of them to do events all over the country. Okay, ready? So for those of you who might not be aware, this is the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade that goes down Fifth Avenue in New York every Thanksgiving. And we are considering participating. It wouldn't be in 2013, it would actually be in 2014 and beyond. And we want our dub out there. It's one of the most televised events, next to the Super Bowl and a few other things. It's one of the most highly televised events in the United States every year. So we're also doing something a little different. We had to look at our customer acquisition strategy that's really been a focus for us during 2012. And really see where, in addition to the infomercial and the public relations and some of the online things, we really need to look at how we can be much more strategic about customer acquisition. And one thing that we realized from our research is that it's all about women. No offense, anyone. But basically, there have been studies done in the US from the Fortune 500 companies that 50% of all marketing budgets are wasted. And it's factual that 50% that's wasted is because it doesn't appeal to women, it only appeals to men. So just to give you some sense of how things really are, basically women participate in, if they're not the final decision makers, they participate in the decision making process for basically everything, all purchases in the world. And there's also some global trends that are really affecting, women's behavior and why women are so much better, more important shoppers. Of course, more women are in the workforce today. Women are delaying marriages because they want to focus on their careers. There is a much lower birth rate globally. And because there's fewer kids means that the parents they want more stuff. And, in the US, the divorce rate is 50%. I don't know if that's how it is around the world. So that means that there's 2 of everything. And, of course, people are living longer now. So older women spend more money for a longer amount of time. So why are we telling you this?
Online partner, DubLi. And we're so excited to have DubLi join us here on the Balancing Act Balance Your Life Road Tour, airing on the Lifetime Television Network. Check out thebalancingact.com to get all the details for city stops and air date schedules. Save money on everything you do. DubLi.com. Live, play, save.
So as we were evaluating, where to put the valuable resources and dollars towards customer acquisition, we were approached by the Balancing Act. Balancing Act is on every morning on Lifetime Television, which is primarily for women ages 24 to 54, every morning, Monday through Friday, from 7 to 8 a.m. And they asked us to join them as their exclusive online partner for a series of road tours that they do every year in conjunction with the Southern Women's Show. So, we are taking the show on the road. We have decided to partner with them. We will be visiting 9 cities in the South over the next 7 or 8 months. Each of the shows has an attendance of 20 to 35,000 women. We will get registered customers from this. I won't tell you how many. And it's women. It's women who shop. It's women who care about wellness. And we are the exclusive online partner for this event. As part of being the partner for this event, we get, there will be stories written in the Balancing Act magazine. We get advertising. There will be 6 this fall, and then 4 in the spring. There will be broadcast segments on television and live television to talk about DubLi and the brands and the things that we want to get out to the media. We've already been shown in Charlotte Magazine. There's another one coming in Orlando Magazine very shortly. And so why do you care about all this, right? You're like, why is she telling me this? So I'll turn it back over to Michael and I'll let him explain to you the fun stuff.
As an extra gift for you, all of you who have been investing in infomercial campaign number 1 and number 2, this whole show here, all the customer this show is generating, we will actually give out for free as an extra gift. That means that our campaign will not stop giving customer out here 1st of January. It will actually give customer out here the next 6 months in the new year. And not only customer, the most powerful customer you can find on this earth, the women. And if you want to know what to expect of those women, then visit the shopping malls here in Dubai and take a look how they are flashing around. As I said before, around 6 years ago we moved here, but 3 years before this we actually did some business in Dubai, and it was the most easiest business trip I've ever been on, because I only have to drive to the shopping mall early in the morning, put my wife there, and then I could do business for myself the whole day and pick up in the night. So, this is what we can expect now. Think about when all those women are coming to our portal in the US, the biggest shopping mall portal in the US with access to over 50 million products with the best prices out there. What will happen to your customers? So, the last status I want to give to you before the break has a little bit to do. Sorry, I forgot this slide here. Now we've been testing the infomercial campaign here, and we can say almost 100% what you can expect now of customer here for the rest of the year. And one infomercial unit you've been buying will give you around 150 customers. And we are very proud about this result. It's very, very good. And we'll do everything we can to get all those customers upgraded to subscriptions. And this is all personal customer who now will go out recommend the DubLi opportunity to their friends and family members. So this can turn into be a really, really good business.